Valentine heartbeats, nameless meats, and dirty sheets. Coming up today on The Point.
Dirty sheets.
Hello and welcome to The Point, the only talk show bringing gay and straight men together to see what happens and laugh uncontrollably to my left. Hello.
Hi. Always. Did you say your shirt stinks?
No.
Oh,
What?
I was like, I can't smell you.
I was trying to roll up the sleeves in time.
Oh, great. That was fascinating. Hi, Leah's back.
Hey,
Leah
Leah.
Abrahams.
Hi, Leah.
What up?
And just in time for Valentine's Day. Because we're shooting this right before Valentine's.
Do you have any sexy plans?
Yes, very secretive, sexy.
Ooh,
plans.
secretive.
I have absolutely no plans, but I think I'm gonna have to think quick.
Well, maybe this will give you some ideas.
Okay.
Talking point number 1, the single life. So,
All about that
My
right
favorite
now.
life.
your favorite life?
Yeah.
The life you're living right
Overrated.
now.
In
Living that
time,
life.
for Valentine's Day, Match.com released the largest ever study on the single population in the U.S.
Largest ever.
The largest ever, size queen.
Let's get into it.
So,
Give Tito a break.
Do I ever get a break?
headlines on the survey: 72% of singles say they would date someone from a different political party. Meeting online is the #1 place where singles meet. 62% of hetero singles would be open to a threesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
Which
probably
kind?
some
Which-
all
caveats
men.
to that.
Which kind
All
of
men
threesome?
say
Do
it.
they know
Well,
what it is?
we'll
100%
get
of the men.
It's not the devil's three-way.
sex with a robot is considered. Sex with a robot is considered cheating by nearly 50% of singles.
What?
Yes.
What kind of
No,
robot?
that's
Like a
like
sex
a-
robot or
of
like one of
course
those
it's
assembly
No,
line
no,
robots
no.
in like a
Right
car
man's
factory?
semen is going into another thing.
Is it like AI robot?
It's the same as a fleshlight.
It's
Or
an
like
actual human mechanical.
playing with yourself.
I don't like that either.
Those exist now?
Yes.
I don't
There's
like it either.
pictures and they have enormous
But that should
production
just be for me.
quality.
All right, let's wrap up the summary.
And the best age group, the age group that has the best sex,
30.
60s.
Millennials.
31.
60s.
Knew
There's
it.
I
hope.
kind of knew it.
The 60s. And they
Wait,
say,
the 60s? Like
in their 60s.
in the 1960s?
No, people in their 60s have the
People
say they
from
have
the 60s.
they have
Who are in their
Who are
60s?
the people in their 60s are the most satisfied with the sex that they have.
Because they know what they want.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
But it took them 60 years.
It takes it takes
You get busy
Well, no, I think
do
even
get
Tired. They
busy.
have time to figure it out.
no, but I
before
think
you get busy.
I mean, okay, so who's in their 30s here? Do you know exactly? Oh yeah, you're 30 now.
He's like, I'm not me. No.
Do you know exactly what you want in sex? And
Yes,
do
I
you,
would like to be having it. That's
Hey.
the thing, right? Like,
That's sort of where the threshold is right now. I'm not very specific. It's usually I'll have some.
Like, so we all agree.
Yeah.
but I think that's the thing. It takes a while for you to really understand yourself sexually.
which is
in
actually,
the 60s, you
No,
just
it
cut a
just
lot of
depends on
bullshit
how.
out.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
but I think the other thing too, though, is like it's this is sort of why there's that thing of like, you know, pure and like, you know, there's some people who are into like, you know, virginity and like, you know, being somebody's first. That always seems like a terrible thing to me. It's sort of like you haven't learned how to be good at having sex. You haven't learned enough about your own body, let alone, you know, other people's and how that all works. It's sort of like experience, and when you've discovered all of this stuff about what your passions are and your interests and what other people's are, like that's when things really get cooking.
Question for the straight males.
Hey.
Can women be bad at sex?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Have you ever
my-
heard of the dead fish?
Yeah.
that-
They're just like people, like
Or
just
a
like there's like
starfish
nothing.
or
Yeah.
something.
It's dead fish. Have you
Dead
ever heard
fish,
of
you
a
went
dead
that
Maybe
fish?
it's called
Not even
starfish.
No, it's
starfish,
for real.
this
Like
one's dead.
It's like when like just things aren't happening and you're just like not sure if they're even there with you. At
There's
that
no
moment.
passion, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you know what?
Yeah.
The other
Okay.
side of that is not just the dead fish or the starfish, as I've heard it. is also just like somebody who has no clue what they're doing.
Yeah, and like bite down on
because
it.
one of the things that you
like,
learn is not
literally
just
Yes.
your own sexuality, but you learn how to read other people as well, right? And that's the thing is that you learn what probably will give somebody passion, and you get better at understanding what people's sort of reactions to things are generally, so that you can pay more attention to that and then be a better lover. So
You can always send them a survey after.
that's true.
Right.
On a
How did
scale
you
of 1 to
feel?
10.
Right. Well, speaking of surveys, let's dig a little deeper, and I love digging a little deeper. Giggity. Okay, so what in terms of good sex, 83% of singles regard a caring partner and an enthusiastic partner as the top ingredients for good sex.
Yeah.
Followed
That
by
makes sense.
communication, being a good kisser, and achieving an orgasm. Bad sex,
Not the goal.
82% of, well, not everybody
Everybody orgasms?
well, not,
yeah,
you can
okay,
have
right,
sex
right, right.
without,
Out there.
like,
And what's the point?
I was gonna say, yeah, never mind.
Okay, what's the point of sex if you don't orgasm?
Yeah, I don't get that.
He's like, yeah, I stand behind it.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
Bad sex, 82% of singles consider too much talking.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's definitely
Dirty,
worse.
dirty talk is great.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
not
that's the
dirty
talking.
No, like talking,
like talk all
like
day?
having conversation.
What's for
while-
dinner?
Yeah.
Like if they interrupt to like say something and then they like make it funny and then
Did you
you're
hear
just
about
kinda,
that
like,
FBI
coming in.
memo that they just released?
No,
Like,
nothing
oh,
funny can
no.
go on in the bed.
Well, if they're trying to
What?
be cute and then
No jokes.
You've never had like a little laugh in the middle?
Well, I'm not turned on anymore.
I mean, they can be mutual. Like if you're too funny, it's just like, okay, we need to stop.
what I don't-
Do you like stand-up comedy?
we need to work on this again.
What I don't like is too many directions from the other guy. It's like, no, yeah, you know.
let me drive.
You should never hear no.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
shouldn't be the word
Yeah,
in this
bossy bottom,
moment.
just
Yeah.
shush.
You
There
want
was an
like a
episode of
gentle
Black Mirror like
guidance.
that.
Or over here instead, or love it when you do that. Not, no, that sucks.
Yeah, no, you
What do
definitely.
you do?
What was that?
That's just
Well,
me.
other things that make for bad sex are no passion, little movement,
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say something else little. All right.
Also
and
that.
bad kissing. Hate
Bad
bad
kissing is sort of.
Bad
yeah.
kissing.
Yes.
I feel like that's kind of like the domino piece that
Yeah,
throws all
the-
the other ones out there.
the best age for sex for
Usually
single
starts
women,
early.
it's 66. For single men, it's 64.
What starts then?
I don't believe this.
No, me neither.
To be
Sorry,
honest
what-
with you.
what-
I don't
The
believe
best
it.
sex.
No, I don't believe it.
Bullshit.
No,
Are they having sex with younger people?
I don't
That would
know.
make
I
sense.
think
So how
yeah.
great is it for like a 65-year-old dude who's sleeping with a 28-year-old?
That,
It's like,
that really
this
is
is great.
That's
Yeah,
his bad
that's
sex.
the case.
I understand that.
Okay, you were asking about threesomes. 62% of singles are interested in some form of a threesome. 81% of men and 47% of women. And 39% of straight singles are interested in having a threesome that includes someone of their own gender. So 39%.
Okay.
Wow, that's higher than I would expect.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
The soaps are working.
Satisfying sex rarely happens spontaneously, so while 14% of singles say bad sex during the first time is a deal breaker, the majority of singles expects partners to develop good sex after a few rolls in the hand.
I think the thing is that you can get just a sense of like whether there's any compatibility of whether like, all right, that was pretty good, and then the potential for growth, because it's always going to get better. That's right. It's always going to get better as you start learning your partner.
This is interesting though. Women are 70% less tolerant of bad sex than men.
Yeah, nobody got time for that.
Single men, no, but
Obviously,
single
that's
men
not a
will
woman,
will be like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, that wasn't that great, but I'm gonna go.
Because like
Orgasm is
bad
because
sex
they're
is still better than no sex.
These are women that didn't have an orgasm, like Tito said. They want the orgasm. If they're not getting it, then what's the point? Men usually have the orgasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
Was it good for
We
you,
figured that
babe?
one out.
Well, this is this is interesting
afterwards.
too. So,
kinda tired.
the Wall Street Journal, of all newspapers, the Wall Street Journal kicked off a debate when it wrote in an article about what's now considered a faux pas, which is you meet someone online for a first, and then you set up a first date. Now, online, you only have the first name, right? So you meet in person. It is a dating no-no now, supposedly, bad etiquette to ask for the person's last name.
I get it. My thought is that that's because that's like the key to opening up who
Facebook.
they are. Yeah, there's
Doesn't
social
matter.
media platforms.
If you're gonna be in my
all
phone
that
contact
shit.
list, I'm gonna need your last
To
name.
stalk them.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I always just put wherever
If
I'm
I like you.
working at the time.
I actually
But what's wrong with that?
No,
That's why we have a profile online.
Yeah, I know, but I
people to
find
look at
that
it.
if I was interested in someone and I want to go on a date, I don't want to. I feel like if I go into their social media, I'll get an idea, or I'll be able to construct an idea about who they are,
Good.
which is something I want them to do.
no, they can then change your mind if you have a bad impression.
And it's not that I'm worried about finding bad impressions. I'm removing a lot of the mystery.
I guess it depends on what you want. I like this idea of mystery. I like this idea of like, you know,
No,
you go
I
in
need
with
to
somebody,
know if
you
I'm
start
gonna
to
be
learn
interested
that
in you, if I'm
person.
gonna go on a date with you.
No, if I
Say that again.
no. I'm sorry. If I'm
this-
meeting you,
Is this before or after?
this is on the date.
After.
Like as
On
you're-
the date, during the date.
During you
To
ask for
ask?
their last name, and
That's
they're
kinda
saying it's
awkward.
a faux pas because it clearly means you're gonna go stalk them after. Which
But I feel like because
No,
stuff
but-
is
well, you're gonna
it's
do
the
that
same
anyways,
as like asking what's your
right?
home
I would.
address on a first date. It's sort of
Yeah.
like
It's not
what
that.
do you
it's,
want to
no,
know?
that's, it's
no,
not
I'm
that-
sorry. I'm
back in
spending.
the day, we used to ask for home address, like not addresses, phone numbers.
What is your address?
Phone numbers, yes,
Yeah.
but that's
Where
what
your
I'm saying.
house
Is you can
at?
track
Well, here's-
everything, right? When you
here's
live online.
Okay, here's something interesting, and I'm going to ask this more of the gay guys. Okay, so you have a hookup, right? And you're going over to his place, and so you have his home address.
Yeah.
You can
Exactly.
stalk him. Is it weird to ask for his last name? You already know the home address.
Well,
If I cared enough, I would have asked before
It's not weird.
going.
It's the asking is the intention is what's questionable. Like, why are you asking
Why?
about
Yeah.
my last
Stalking.
name? What do you
Yeah,
want?
but it's like if it's just a hookup, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, but if you're hooking up with them, you're probably gonna see them entirely naked, and I'm pretty sure they don't have those pictures on social media. You probably want to construct a better idea of who they are as a person, because a lot of us,
But you could
a
also
big
do
part
that
of us
with
exists online, at least
questions.
myself.
Do you know what I love? You go to a guy's place and they code, and then the code comes up.
And their full name is there. Yeah, I know.
I actually
That
I have my
happens.
phone.
Or they have mail.
That's a
They have
sneaky way.
they have a bill lying out on the table, so it's like, oh, now I have their last name.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need to pay your damn bill.
I was on
got
a,
bad credit.
a date once, and
also know that now.
it was going well, and we decided to exchange numbers. So he was giving me a missed call, and my phone has this like cross lookup function where it finds a business or finds a whatever, and it was his like. Let's say James O'Donovan, and it was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna save you as James O'Donovan. But I felt uncomfortable knowing it if he actually didn't give it to me.
Right.
And I was just like, just so you know, I just know who you
Hey,
are.
but isn't it for your own safety to know exactly who you? To me, if you're going out on a date, you want to know the last name of the person because who knows?
Yeah,
who
a
this
date is
person
different than a
Well,
hookup.
if I'm going on to their house,
I don't agree with that.
I want a last
Then you should
name.
know their name
I
already.
want
No, I'll
name.
tell someone where I'm going. But if I'm going to meet them in public, I don't really care.
I want
Yeah.
no. I want to know. I want to know
It's
who
also
you
about
are.
getting your last name
In case,
too, because I don't want that.
They think I'm going to be a stalker. I want to make sure you're not a stalker. There you go.
Now we're both not stalkers at all.
Now it's time for Tito's midpoint.
This week we're playing Brownie Points. It's trivia and it's Valentine's Day themed. So guys, I will ask a question. You just try to answer it.
Brownie points.
Get it?
Y'all
I haven't even
clever.
looked at any of your answers yet today. This is crazy.
Good job. All right, we're gonna start with who was the legendary Benedictine monk who invented champagne?
Dom Perignon.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
Oh, that's a real thing?
Nice.
My man DP.
How
All
far
right.
back we going?
Like 1400s, 1500s.
I believe everything you say now.
I'm just like I'm a bartender.
So
Yeah,
I'm just
right?
gonna go with it.
I'm a
yeah.
bartender, so like
true.
we
You
got
have to know
trained
the
in, like,
origin.
Yeah,
No,
the
well, like
history,
what,
man.
wine
My
knowledge.
friend, Mr.
I used to work
Perignon.
at the Trump Hotel, and it's not the Trump Hotel anymore, thank God. But yeah, we were taught by like sommeliers and stuff like that about like wine history.
I did
and
not
stuff.
know
that.
Don
That's so
Perignon
He was a monk. Yeah.
All right, dates.
Benedictine monk.
Hashtag fun facts.
That must have been great breakfast.
I don't know. Is it Benedictine? That's how it's whatever. You know what? Screw you guys. Valentine was the name given to which kind of early Christian?
The red ones.
What?
Say that again.
Really
Catholics?
Christian person?
Isn't it Saint?
Valentine was the name
Saints?
given to which kind of early Christian?
Which kind of Christian?
The best kind.
Matchmaking
My
kind?
My kind of Christian, all right?
I don't think we're gonna get this one. Too.
Catholics.
Martyrs.
All right, they are the best kinds. They do give up themselves.
They call
There you
themselves.
They are the best.
I guess.
Never around.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Who did the fictional Saint Valentine send his message to?
Jesus.
Cupid. Is he Cupid?
Who did? I didn't catch
Yeah,
the
I
question.
get-
Who
Cupid was the message.
Who did the
You're right.
fictional Saint Valentine send his message to?
Melania.
Blink if you need help.
Is that your final answer?
I'd like to phone a friend. What's the answer?
The daughter of his jailer.
How are we supposed to know that, Tito? This is crazy.
I didn't even know he had a jailer.
It's an origin story. Like
The daughter of J-Lo?
Can I just grab this piece of hair?
Does
that's
not
on
go
your
on
head?
as
She's
far
really
back
young.
as I
No,
thought.
no, we
Or
can't,
does
we
she?
can't get into that.
Okay, what is going on? Go.
Okay, what had Saint Valentine allegedly done for his jailer's daughter?
Shot her with an arrow.
No.
I guess he
Chocolate.
didn't put her
Had
in
a
a
baby
jail.
shooter. with
Punched
an
her in the
arrow.
face.
No?
He cured her blindness.
Wow, that's a really nice
He
gift.
can do that too?
That's a good
He's
gift.
very celebrated
That
for the
beats
raw power.
chocolates. That does beat chocolates.
That's some good sex right there.
Okay, you guys clearly don't know the origin story, so.
Did you know before this? Okay, continue.
What was this fictional Saint Valentine being executed for?
Cheating?
Hooking up with
Witchery.
jailer's
This
daughters.
is
Yeah, an
Valentine's.
adultery.
Think
That's an
Valentine's.
adultery.
Which is another word for cheating.
Breaking
Something
hearts.
in February.
Hey, right?
Literally, though. he
Yeah,
said
like
it.
Serial killer. Yeah.
Performing marriages in secret against the wishes of the emperor.
Oh.
What kind of
Gonna be my
marriages?
second guess.
Wow.
I don't know the period,
What the hell?
guys. I'm a
Okay,
little
okay,
confused.
whatever. That part is over. We're scared. Just
Thank
move
God.
along.
We were really bad.
As well as being the unofficial patron saint of love, what occupation is Saint Valentine also believed to be the patron of?
Archery?
Optometry.
A healer.
Stealing from the poor and giving to the other way around.
Archery.
Robin Hood.
Archery.
Answers are
A doctor.
no.
He's cleared her of blindness.
Yeah, it's exactly.
He's a matchmaker.
Optometry.
Optometrist.
Yeah, exactly.
Babies.
More specific.
No, I'm thinking the guy from Hercules.
Okay, what is it?
Beekeepers.
Beekeeper.
Oh, you know what?
I can't do this no more.
He's the
Yeah.
patron.
These are very
Patron and
unpredictable.
I had heard
End
buzz
this
of that.
now.
These are strange questions.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
It's trivia, okay?
It's pointing
Sad
out how
part is
dumb
I
we
am.
all are.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ask them again, I probably
Today
get
we
them wrong.
associate love with the heart, but this wasn't always the case. In medieval times, which internal organ was believed to cause love?
Liver.
Correct.
Actually?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Amazing.
What is this? Why?
It had to do with the four humors.
What?
Anyway, yes. Anyway, go ahead.
Or does it mean that love will always continue to blossom because your liver keeps regenerating?
Hey, there
I
it
think
is.
if you chop a piece off and get someone else,
So
it'll be
no,
fine.
okay.
Okay.
Maybe. All possible
liver.
explanations.
Go.
Liver, yes.
How was that
Google,
shaped?
guys.
Okay, this is the last one.
blob.
Obviously, you're not gonna get it, but like try to find an approximate date.
Interested.
Okay.
What is the approximate date of the first Valentine ever sent?
1648.
14 what?
I was just
92.
going to say year
63.
14. Was that like,
60,
oh.
60
Hold on, 14. 14.
30 hunty.
30 hunting? What?
February
1422.
February 14th.
I mean,
Oh, that's
no.
February 14th.
It's the what's
you
the
said the
year?
date.
It's not the
14,
date.
what is it?
1415.
It's 1450.
1450.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
we were so close. Well, thank you, Tito, for
Darn.
today's actually quite educational.
Was it?
Yeah, because
I'm
we
a
had no
little
idea.
Midpoint.
I forgot everything he said.
And now it's time for talking point number 2.
What?
What just happened?
Just happened.
And now it's time for talking point number 2, dirty, sexy bedding. So, according
Oh
to...
my god, that's
Did you know that my fourth year film was
called
called
that?
Dirty Sexy Murder?
Wow.
I did not know that.
It was a takeoff of what I thought would be a more successful television show than it was,
Dirty Sexy Money.
Yeah.
Well, this
know
is...
of it.
Well,
There you
most
go.
people do, it turns out, do have dirty, sexy bedding.
I just
And of
changed
course,
my sheets.
you may...
I never wash my sheets.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, what kind of dirty do you
Okay, so this is a poll from mattressadvisor.com.
Which is apparently a thing.
We need their tips.
Is a thing.
Which is apparently.
Which is like a thing, like Volkswagen released a study saying we need to buy more Volkswagen.
Yeah.
The average person changes their sheets every 24 days. Okay, now
average.
take
That
into
would be
account
Yeah, I think
a lot.
so.
that every year,
It's every 24 months.
every year, the average human sweats 26 gallons of sweat while they sleep.
Ew.
And they shed every day 10 grams of skin.
So I lost weight today.
And
That's not much.
men wait over 10 days longer to change their sheets than women.
Yeah, only 10 more days.
Exactly. I'm like,
And
10
for
whole
some
days.
reason,
It's
it's
awful.
different for the pillowcases than that you would like. When I change the sheets,
I
I
wash
change
my
the pillow.
pillowcase
yeah,
more
that's
often
all
than I
in
wash
one.
my
People
sheets.
don't do that?
No, but people wait 32 days on average to wash their pillowcases.
Why wouldn't you just do it at the same time
don't
to
know.
save
On
water?
the sheets, it's
I
For the
don't know.
environment.
There's a
See,
secret.
I don't wash
I
my
do that
sheets
too.
for environmental reasons because I don't like to waste water.
That's bullshit.
That's so
You're just
ridiculous.
lazy.
Okay, so
You probably don't like making your bed either. You don't make your bed, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Every morning?
Every morning. No, I don't at all.
He could tell us anything he wants.
Exactly. Wash my sheets every day.
There you go.
now,
I believe you.
now, if they think they're going to have sex,
That's another story.
100%.
entirely. Yeah.
I'm not gonna change them. They're just gonna get dirty.
well, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of dirt.
Men are more likely than women to change their bedding when they think sex is on the radar. 40.
Because men
men
haven't
think it's on
changed
the
them
radar.
for so long.
Because women have probably already
Women are a
done
lot
it.
more. They probably already did.
43% of men said they wash their sheets before a night out if sex is a possibility, compared to 33% of women. And if sex is guaranteed, those numbers are even higher. 49% of men change the sheets, but only 39%
That's
of
so
women.
counterintuitive, I
That's
think.
thinking ahead a lot.
I stopped doing that because it
Wishful
always used to
thinking.
jinx my night. I'd be like, oh, this is going to happen. Then I would wash my sheets and then people would bail.
That's why you don't wash
But then
them.
you wash your sheets.
I think
Aren't you
Febreze
happy
is a
that
good
at
middle
least you
ground.
have clean sheets now?
That's
No,
true.
really.
There is a net
There's a
gain
plus to
here.
this.
Yeah.
The best feeling is crawling into bed with new sheets.
That is
I don't
true.
want jizz on them. Like, it's that
I want no
simple.
stanky sheets.
Straight up.
Fair
If I
enough.
think
Valid.
sex is going to happen, then I don't wash the sheets because they're just going to get dirty and I'm going to have to wash them
I think it
after
depends
the
on
sex.
who it is that you think you're going to have sex with. I think that plays an
Well,
element. Because if
question.
it's someone you don't give a shit about
Right.
whether they see your stanky sheets, then whatever. But I mean, if it's someone that you want to make a good impression on, you're like, I don't want you to know how I really live. I want you to see that I live in like this plush bedded
You
world
think that
with
after
clean
an
sheets.
amazing date where the chemistry is off the walls bouncing and you guys are so determined to have sex that if she sees some dirty sheets that she'll actually say, you know what?
I mean,
Never
there's
mind
one
now.
thing-
Deal breaker? I don't think so.
If the sheets have
I
been
think it's
changed
still
as frequently
going
as this
down.
thing says,
I
then
think it's
no.
still going down.
But then
Because
after
all
the
that-
sex is done, and you start realizing like, what am I in?
Yeah.
Well,
That's another
everybody
story.
feels disgusting after sex. I mean, we don't feel great.
Oh, I feel great.
disgusting after sex.
That's just.
I think that's a specific.
Just me. Never mind.
I'll put you on the spot.
Everybody who doesn't pray right after sex and ask God for forgiveness.
Although I know somebody who he like if he has a hookup or whatever and the sheets are dirty from like the jizz and stuff, he actually
From the last
Likes
hookup?
it and basks in it.
yeah, he kind of likes that.
Whoa.
That's disgusting.
That's weird.
I love how you're knowingly
That's
looking
raunchy.
at Tito.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I know this guy.
And he looked close like this.
That's because I probably know who it is.
Yeah.
Ah, that's what it is.
I know
But
exactly.
there's a difference between like
gonna
not
tell me
fresh
after.
sheets and visibly stained ones. Like if someone has a visible
Well, it
stain.
depends
Like if you're
on what the
peeling
stain
apart the
is.
bedding and it's like grilled cheese.
Actually, I wash my sheets.
What? Wait, what? Ori, what?
Not jizz, but cheese.
I said like if you're peeling
grilled
apart the
cheese,
bed
no.
sheets and it's like
There's
grilled
like grilled
cheese.
That's like George Costanza.
It also depends on what.
God.
Although it would be kind of bad if like you bring a date home and it's like, wow, your sheets smell like 26 gallons of
Yeah.
sweat and 10 grams of skin
Per day.
per day. That's hot.
I think no smell is good smell. A really nice smell is, oh my god, this guy must really
Okay,
like
but you know
me.
what?
You're just shaking scared. You're like, yeah, never mind.
Okay,
I'm gonna
he's
go.
really into this.
He's really into this.
Wow, your sheets remind me of grilled cheese. That's hot.
Oh.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese. Well, I mean,
of
well,
flesh.
some have been more like nacho cheese, but that's a whole other thing.
Because it's someone else's cheese, it's nacho cheese.
It's not.
Nacho cheese.
That joke is so old.
That is the, yeah.
But the context was fresh.
Oh my lantern.
Speaking.
I think the show needs to end.
Speaking of
Stop with the
fresh,
puns.
speaking of freshness,
Don't you?
it's time for Tito's.
Oh, I thought you were gonna call it cheese.
Call what
Fresh cheese?
My bop, you were gonna call it cheese.
Oh, like cheesy.
That could have been.
But I don't know
that
what
was
it
good.
is. What's your bop of the week? Tell us, please.
I must know.
It's Mabel featuring notes, and it's called Fine Line.
Oh my god, I was hoping you were gonna say marble.
Marble cheese.
Oh, marble cheese.
Marble cheese.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Say Marvel. Let's just go with that.
All right, we're well off the rails here.
Let's move on.
Well,
past
if you're watching us on YouTube, which of course you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Helps us greatly, costs you nothing. Press the red button. You can also check us out on Reverie, the world's. I'm still thinking about nacho cheese. Check us out on Reverie, the world's largest LGBTQ online streaming service. Check us out as well as all their original content at reverie.tv. Become a Patreon subscriber. Help us, please support the show. Go to our website, go to our Patreon site, patreon.com/thepointguys.
Pledge enough, we'll send you some cheese.
Yeah,
100%.
or some sheets.
Some cheesy
Clean
sheets. Clean sheets.
Or Ori's the old dirty one.
I'm sure that's that would sell on eBay. iTunes, check out the audio podcast on iTunes. Let us know about anything you saw on the show today.
Wait, does anyone have any Valentine's plans?
I'm gonna drink
Netflix
by
and
myself.
chillingly boring.
Okay, everyone's
Will and
lonely
Grace.
and
Brother Willie
depressing.
Pipe.
Okay, Tito, I have to get through this.
You're done.
I'm not done. Chris, you can email us your Valentine's Day plans at thepointguys@gmail.com. Our website, thepointguys.net, for all things The Point. We're also on Facebook and Twitter and all those other social media things at The Point Guys. Yes, Tito? Do you have Valentine's plans?
I'm not going to tell you my plans. now.
Why?
I don't have plans.
There you go.
This episode has been sponsored by Mattress Advisor.
Thank you, everybody. We need to go. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. We have a new show every Tuesday, so we will see you next Tuesday on The Point.